Okay, so within these readings or within this recording, I'm just going to be reading again the summary. So Leviticus is a lot of description of the animal sacrifices that the Israelites made to God. And as a semi-vegetarian, it's quite intense reading about how they need to dissect the animals. So I'm just going to read the chapter heading for chapter 1 and 4, and then the other chapters are very similar, just dissecting the various ways of doing these offerings. So the summary for chapter 1 says, animals without blemish are sacrificed as an atonement for sins. Burnt offerings are a sweet savour unto the Lord. Now, I recognise that it is in symbolism of when Jesus comes again, but the detail that they go into in the chapter isn't very pleasant to my ears and to my eyes. And then the summary, so number 2 and 3 are also descriptions of the various sacrifices to do. And then chapter 4 goes into a little bit of a detail of a different one, where the summary says, sinners are forgiven through sin offerings of animals without blemish. Priests thereby make an atonement for the sins of the people. So once again, doing it in similitude to how Jesus means that we as sinners can be forgiven through the offering of Jesus and how he makes an atonement for us. And then chapter 5 says the people are to confess and make amends for their sins. Forgiveness comes through a trespass offering. Priests thereby make an atonement for sins. Chapter 6 says the people the people must first make restitution for sin, then offer a trespass offering, thereby gain forgiveness through atonement made by the priests. Summary for chapter 7. Laws governing various sacrifices are listed. The children of Israel are forbidden to eat fat or blood. They worship by sacrifice. Through sacrifice, they gain forgiveness, make vows, consecrate their property, render thanks, and are reconciled to God. Chapter 8 summary. Aaron and his sons are washed, anointed, clothed in their priesthood robes, and consecrated before all Israel. Moses and Aaron offer sacrifices to make reconciliation and atonement with the Lord. Chapter 9. Aaron makes an atonement by sacrifice for himself and all Israel. He and his sons offer sacrifices. The glory of the Lord appears to all. Fire from the Lord consumes the offerings on the altar. Chapter 10 summary. Nadab and Abihu perform unauthorized sacrifices and are slain by a fire from the Lord. Aaron and his other sons are forbidden to mourn for them. Aaron and his sons are to abstain from wine and strong drink. They are to teach all that the Lord revealed to Moses. Chapter 11 summary. The Lord reveals which living things may and may not be eaten, and which things are clean and unclean. He commands Israel, be holy, for I am holy. Chapter 12 summary. The Lord reveals the law of purification of women after childbirth, including a sin offering. Which actually, before I used to not be very happy about the fact that women were considered unpure after having childbirth. But actually, potentially, I heard someone say it could have been just a protection for these women to make sure that they were safeguarded when they are recovering from childbirth. Because in that patriarchal society, sadly, women quite often may have been asked to have intercourse when actually physically they weren't ready for it. So while it may have initially sounded like something rather unpleasant to say they're impure, actually it's just another way of God protecting his daughters, which I really appreciate. In chapter 13, the summary says, laws and tokens are revealed for discerning and controlling leprosy. Leprous garments are to be burnt. Chapter 14 summary, laws, rites, and sacrifices are revealed for cleansing lepers, their garments, and leprous houses. Chapter 15 summary, laws, rites, and sacrifices are revealed for cleansing those who have a discharge and other types of uncleanness. Now, chapter 16, the summary is how and when Aaron must enter the holy place is explained. Sacrifices are offered to reconcile Israel to God. The scapegoat carries away the sins of the people. The sins of all Israel are forgiven on the Day of Atonement. But actually, this is quite an interesting chapter, so I'm going to actually record this chapter, so that'll be in the next recording.